When I was about Daddy's age, I was working, like Daddy worked in drywall, and one day I felt my neck and I had a lump about the size of my thumb. And I said, oh, I must be having a cold. So I just let it go and went about working every day, And about a month later, it was still there. And I said, well, I need to go to the people in the church, the older people, and have them pray for me. Because it says you go to the elders of the church and pray for you, and you be healed. They anoint you with oil and you be healed. So I did that and talked with ZZ, and we went to the doctor. The doctor came back and said, well, Pop was going to die in 6 months. And Pop and ZZ went out on the parking lot and we just cried. He said, I said, what about my boys? So before I went in the hospital, I said, nope, got to go to a healing service. So Nora Lamb was in town, and they prayed for me the night before I went in for my first treatment. And you know what scripture Pop picked up on? It says, I shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. Well, when Pop went in the hospital, he went on that floor, and it was real dismal. It was sad. It was a very sad place for Pop and ZZ to go to. And you know what? We started telling everybody about the Lord, the nurses and the doctors and the other patients that were in Pop's room. And by the time Pop left, about 7 months later, it was a happy place. And ZZ had made stitchery and they had it behind the desk. And she gave stitchery to the doctor, proclaiming Aaron's blessing over her. She put it right in the middle of all her credentials, saying that she was a doctor of such and such. And just by the presence of the Lord, it turned that whole area into a different spot. It was a happy place. Even though there was sadness going on, there was hope because the Lord was there. And one time, when ZZ was visiting Pop, an 80-year-old woman says, I want somebody to pray with me because I believe the Lord can heal me. She had a tear in her body, in her colon. I don't know if you know where that's at, but it was pretty serious. And ZZ went and prayed with her, and next morning, you know what happened? She told the doctor, she said, well, I think you ought to check me again. And they checked her, and she didn't have to have surgery. The power of the Lord was in that place. Yeah, he healed her.
Yeah, Pop was still in the hospital getting treatment, and they were praying for Pop to get healed, but other people were being healed around Pop by them just being there. Isn't that awesome?
It wasn't Pop, it was the Lord. The Lord sustained me. And you know what? We didn't lack any money. The Lord provided for us. The doctor, she said, well, you didn't die. You lived. And I said, yep. And the Lord, I will declare the works of the Lord from forevermore. And that's what I'm doing for you. That's part of your history. Because the Lord is good all the time, forever and ever. Right?
Are you happy Pop's here?